Hey, I just finished up the Bassmaster BASSfest tournament here at Lake Chickamauga in Tennessee. Ended up finishing second, man. Just one of those that I'd like to have a few of those moments back during the tournament, but still had a really good tournament. You know, in practice, I found one of the biggest schools of fish that I've seen in a long time, and it was on a spot that it's a ledge. And they were pulling water, and you could not throw a jig 50 yards either side of where my boat was sitting without having a big one jump down on it. So, you know, what I was throwing this tournament primarily was a Denny Brauer structure jig, a 3/4 ounce hard candy color with a plum crazy trailer. You know, this water in the Tennessee River's got a little bit of color to it, and these fish really are attracted to something with a little flash. What I really love about this jig is that it's quite a bit more weedless than, say, a regular football head. In the area I was fishing, my primary spot is really rough, had a lot of big rock on it, and you know, if I threw a football jig, I would just break off. So, I mean, this allowed me to fish it through there, and the way this hook is designed in this thing, you just don't miss them. I mean, it's got a super sharp hook, but the way that the way this jig pulls, you just don't miss them. So this, just dragging this on the bottom was real good. Some of my biggest fish, though, came on a rage, 10-inch rage tail thumper worm. Again, a plum colored worm. Again, I love that blue flake on the Tennessee River. It has a little flash to it. These fish, a lot of times, are feeding on big shad. So something that has a little flash to it as it's, you know, swinging down on these drops is real critical. The difference is I had it on a 3/4 ounce wobble head. I've got a 6/0 mustad grip pin hook that really holds that worm on there real well. And same thing, I just cast this out there, and you can throw it a long ways with that 3/4 ounce head, let it hit the bottom, and then just slow reel it. The key with these hard heads like this is when it's going along the bottom, it really makes that worm stand up and just jump around down there as it's banging into the rocks and in the shells and things like that. So, you know, it's just a great deal. You know, normally fishing in the summer like this, I'm throwing crankbaits. You know, here I threw everything at them but the kitchen sink. You know, I'd start out with a 6XD, I'd throw a sexy spoon, I threw a 5-inch or 5.5-inch Shadowlicious, you know, I'd throw the jig, the worm, a hair jig. You just throw everything that you have at these fish to try to get them to react, and you know, they prefer just certain things. Normally a crankbait's my #1 bait. This week, with the lack of water that they were drawing, you had to pull something down near the bottom, you had to pull something, you had to drag something along. So anyways, pretty good tournament, but next time we'll get them even better.